new shoes. I am way overdue, and fortunately for those of us in the area, we happen to live near one of the best running shoe stores in not just Palos, Chicago, or the Midwest, but one of the best in the nation. They've ranked top 50 in the nation a few times. Mel Diab, the owner, has been in business 29 years, and I'm going to let him help you find my soulmate. Hey Mel, good to see you here. Got some shoes?
Yes, I do.
Let's do it. All right, I'm sitting here with Mel Diab, the owner of Running for Kicks in Palos Heights. We're lucky to grab a few minutes when the store is going to open up in a few minutes here. But great opportunity. I need running shoes, but I do want to talk to you about what's going on in the running world. Mel's store has been in the top 50 nationwide, a few times. It is a great store, and part of it is the variety of shoes he has and also the incredible service they offer. And so we're going to take a look at how that happens today. Mel, thank you for giving us a few minutes this morning.
It was my pleasure, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm going to steal this off your website because I love this slogan. Our promise to you will help you find your soulmate. All right? I'm hoping you can help me find my soulmate before I leave today. But I want to talk about that a little bit. The importance of finding like the right shoe, why that's so important, and then how do you help somebody do that?
When a customer first comes in, we don't show shoes immediately. We ask them, what are your goals? Any issues you have? And so we want to get the right category. And I've heard this question thousands of times. What is the best running shoe out there? And they all make great running shoes. The key is to get the right category for your foot structure and the issues you have. Plantar fascia, heel spurs, a back problem, And our philosophy for 29 and a half years, they have to feel good out of the box. There's no break-in time. And whatever your goals are, I want to make sure the shoe doesn't get in the way. So if you want to start a walking program, a running program, if you're doing 12-hour shifts, I want the shoe to feel comfortable.
And that brings up an interesting point, whether it's walking, running, or at work. So in my case, I am not a runner anymore. I can jog slowly. All right.
I tell people running is just a wee bit faster than you walk.
Right.
And at this point in our life, it's time on your feet, not your pace.
Yeah. And that's such a great point. The keep moving principle, and also whether you're standing or walking or running, what a difference it makes for your feet, your back, how you feel, how you function. So before we try and find my soulmate, I did want to ask you about, you've got some shoes in front of us here. I know they're always coming out with new and better shoes. What are some of the latest developments in the shoe industry?
The latest development is a carbon plate, okay? And all the shoes have a plate from here to here. Not all of them, but certain shoes by Saucony, Brooks, and Asics have a plate right here. And the energy return is incredible, and the heel-to-toe transition is quicker. So if you're walking, it rolls you faster, quicker, or running faster, quicker. So less shock to your body.
Wow.
So the carbon plates have come out maybe 2 years ago, and now they're very popular.
Okay, so they're turning up in more and more shoes.
Yes,
you find. Okay, that sounds like an interesting change. I'm interested in seeing what that feels like.
But it's not meant for everybody. So, again, I wouldn't bring it out to if somebody who's doing this or that if there's not the right shoe for them,
Right.
Absolutely. So,
okay.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to mention before we find my soulmate is I know you guys do a variety of either sponsor or run events. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, we always like giving back to the community. So we get approached for sponsorship for 5Ks in the neighborhood, and we're doing this one right now. It's in Palos Heights, and it's it's called the Chase Your Dreams 5K Run and Walk in Palos Heights, and the money goes towards the Palos Heights baseball teams and updating the fields and whatnot. So it's a great cause. It is March 19th. Okay, so it's right around the corner. And we suggest you go out there and support them. It's a 5K run and walk. Okay.
All right, good. So we'll want to encourage people to check that out. Do you guys still have your walk-run programs? You just still do those?
Yeah, we have it throughout the store. Yeah, so Monday nights we have a group that shows up. Some people run, some run walk, and depending on, yesterday we had about 45 people show up because the weather's beautiful,
Yeah.
So we have team leaders for walkers and runners. Absolutely.
Okay. All right, so now getting ready to find my soulmate. And I maybe want to mention first, you guys carry a lot. If somebody wants to walk or run, they're going to find what they need here, because I know we've got the clothing, gear items specialist. I know you guys carry socks. You want to talk a little bit about the other items people might want to have as part of that good experience.
All our clothing and socks have a tendency to wick the sweat away, so there's no chafing. Okay, and it keeps your foot dry and blister free. So clothing is very important. We also carry Garmin's heart rate monitors. It will tell you that you walked or ran 3.5 miles, you burned so many calories, your heart rate was this, and so it kind of gives you a little bit more in tune with your body.
Sure. If somebody's looking for that extra information,
Yeah.
it's a great device to wear. All right.
Especially an old guy like me, I want to know everything that's happening.
Is my heart still beating? All right, I'm good. I'm still moving. All right. Then how about let's talk about, so specifically, somebody comes in and look for shoes.
Yeah.
How are you going to help them find the soulmate? Like, what are the things that you look at, or how do you evaluate that person? You talked earlier about what are they going to use it for. What about specifically the shoe and the foot itself?
Basically, we ask them their goals. What are your goals are? And then from there, we ask them any kind of physical issues that bother you. And then we look at the foot structure, and I'm going to use my hands as somebody's foot. Somebody could be what they call a neutral walker or runner. They're like this. Some could have low arches and they pronate. Some could have wicked high arches and they supinate. So if you pronate, we want to kick you out. If you supinate, we want to roll you in. So we want to make everybody neutral, up and down from ankle to neck, so there's no problem. Okay.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to ask you to help me do that in just a second here. Any other advice you want to give for people looking for shoes or starting out, whether walking or running?
I waited on a couple. I have so many great stories, but this is a great story. I waited on a couple. They walk 45 minutes a day together. They eat together. They're healthy as heck. So they're a hoot. They were very funny. And I said to him, he says, when you hit 90, you're going to be in amazing shape. They started laughing at me. They says, we're 92 and 94. I didn't even know, okay? So that tells you that your lifestyle, if you're blessed to live in your 70s, 80s, and 90s, it just makes the quality of life a lot better, Yeah. We always say motion is lotion. You got to keep moving,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, that is a great expression. I love it. I remind myself, I'm sitting too long, there's a problem, and I can feel it. I'm like the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz. You got to
Yeah, I know. I get that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we're invested in your success. Building loyal customers through top level fit and service. We're invested in your success.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, Mel, thank you very much. Are you ready to help me find my soulmate?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do that. I'm Dave Worsley. You've been watching PHTV4, and we have been at Mel Diab's store, Running for Kicks in Palos Heights. Thank you for watching.